I'm back for another one pack gel challenge, and let's see what we are working with today. So the pack we're going to use today is Get Famous. Okay, and let's see how many tiles we have to work with today. 37. That's not much. Well, let's head into game and see what we can do with it. So we are in Del Sol Valley, and this is the world that came with Get Famous. So we are building on a 30 by 40 lot, and since all of the lots are quite big in Del Sol Valley, I was thinking that we could do a larger kind of building but still only use our 37 tiles that we got by dividing them into apartments. So this is going to be 2 apartment buildings that belong together. So they have the same address, but they are 2 separate buildings with 4 apartments in each building. So there are 8 apartments total in these 2 buildings. And as I said, we're only going to be using one of the apartments for this build. But I will decorate 2 of them fully for you, just so you could see what you could do with the other ones. And then I will put in the kitchens and the bathrooms in all of them. So you could rent them out, make some money. This would be a great place to start for someone, because there are not going to be big apartments. They are quite small. All of them are, well, not all of them. 6 of them are 1-bedroom apartments, and 2 of them are just studio apartments. So the one we are going to be decorating is the one that we're in right now. So I make a little bathroom, just a 2 by 2, and a small bedroom and an open living for the kitchen and living room. And downstairs there are, well, they're not quite equal. One of the apartments is a little bit bigger downstairs, but all of the bigger apartments who has a bedroom have a 4-tile big bathroom upstairs and downstairs. And the smallest apartments, the studio apartments, just have a 3-tile bathroom. And we're going to have to make it work, because in this pack there is no showers that you could use in the middle that you could just walk over, like in Discover University or Snowy Escape or Love Struck, that came out with one as well now. But we have to just put a shower and a toilet in the bathroom, and then they will have to use the sink in the kitchen to wash their hands. But since it's just a studio apartment, the sink will be right outside the door, so there's no problem. Using a base game floor inside, because the floor from Get Famous, which I used on the upstairs landings, looks kind of worn, and it didn't really match with the aesthetics for it. It's kind of a more expensive looking aesthetics. It's either that or it's kind of the 50s over the furniture. So I thought outside that's fine, because the floor would get worn outside because it rains, the wind blows and so on. But inside I wanted to have a lighter tone of floor. So that's what I did. And Get Famous has this door that came with the pack, and I think it's a gorgeous door. So of course we're going to use it on every place that needs a door in these apartment buildings. And then I realized I wanted a little window as well in the 3-tile bathrooms, and that made it look like too much windows in the middle. So I just move one of the windows to the other side of the door to make it look a bit more spaced out, and I think it looks much better. And so we are now going to decorate all of the bathrooms. As I said, they will be fully functional when you move in. There won't be very much in them. There will be, well, in the 4-tile bathrooms there will be a shower, a sink, and a toilet, and also a mirror, some soap, and a towel. I didn't think that you would need to have like a big bath towel, because there's one right outside of these showers. So there's one hanging on the shower, so I thought that it was good enough. So if you want to have any more towels, you will need to put them in yourself. But they are quite simple bathrooms, but they work. They are fully functional, so no worries. And after that we are going upstairs to decorate the 37-tile apartment that is going to be the one that this challenge is all about. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and this is the one. So just putting in the final touches with the soap and the little towels. And there isn't much. Well, you could use the fancy decor in the bathrooms as well if you wanted to, but there's no room for these towel racks that came with Get Famous, so I didn't think they fit in any other place in the apartment, so I just opted out. I didn't want to use them. So yeah, and since there are windows facing out to the landing, I thought that you would probably want some blinds to get some privacy when you're in the bathroom. And now we're on to this little apartment. So this is the one. This apartment is exactly 37 tiles big, and we are going to fit all of our essential. It's going to be a bit cramped, but it's all in there, all that you need. So the kitchen is quite a good sized kitchen, and I went for the tiny fridge because we have a window over there, and we also have a window on the other side at the end. So I didn't want to put a refrigerator in front of a window, so I had to go for the small one, but it works out fine. And you could also put things on there if you want to, like a microwave or something. And we're into the small bedroom. I tried to shove the bed as far as into the wall as I can, so hopefully you could get to the door and get dressed. And there's a half tile, and that's most often that's what Sims need to get past something, but you never know with those Sims. So yeah, I will have to test and see if it works. So, and we have a bookshelf, so you could do some reading for fun, and then we also had a TV in the other room. Just one little chair though, but yeah, you could use the other chairs for with the dining table, and at least you can sit at one of them and watch the TV. The other one you could pretend that you could turn around if you have more guests or so. And a little rug, and the whole bedroom goes in a yellow tone, because that's what I went for with the bed and also the dresser. And those were the furniture I was talking about when I said that it was kind of the 50s style. So in the main area, we're going to put in some decorations now. So I decorated a little hallway table with just some flowers and a lamp and a mirror above it, so you could practice your charm or something. And then we went for some kitchen clutter just on the corner counter, because I wanted to leave the other one open, because you need one counter to be able to cook. So if you want to prepare your food, you can do that on the other counter. And just a little rug to make it look a bit more cozy, and then some candles on the dining table. I don't know if you can even call this a dining table. The small little kitchen table. And a lamp on the roof, and then some paintings on the wall to make it a little bit more homey. And yeah, this is what we could manage to do with our 37 tiles. It's a fully functional apartment. You have everything you need. So yeah, it could be smaller, but now we had room. And just a little bench and a little flower outside. And then I wanted to put up these awnings because I felt that something was lacking by the doors. You probably want something over your head, so I don't think they're gonna catch the rain because there's a hole in them, so the rain will just pour through it, but at least it's something over your head. And now we're on to the little studio apartment, which is the only other apartment that I decorate. So we have a little kitchen, and it's on a split side of the front door to make it fit. So as you can see, the sink is right outside of the toilet, so it's not far to walk. And somehow I thought this apartment, well, it might actually be better planned. I don't know if it's because the walls make the other apartment hard to decorate, but here you could fit also a double bed, but you also have a 2-seated couch, so you could bring in another guest and cozy up on the couch, and not just have one little place to sit in. And I also have a dining table. I thought about using 2 chairs, but realized you won't be able to get to the bed, so I just had 1 chair. So you could also sit there and watch the TV, and you also have a place to sit and dine. So yeah, the studio apartment also has everything you need. No bookcase though, so that might be something you want to add if you play there. And of course, a computer is always good to have. It makes life so much easier for you. And this is the back of the building, and I wanted to do something communal so that they could get together and meet all of the other tenants in the house and, well, sit and talk and have a good time together, get to know each other. So I made them a little pool so they could go swimming, do some fitness training. And in the front I wanted to fit 4 parking spots, but I wanted them to be 3 tile wide, so that wasn't possible on one side, which meant that I had to rethink it, and then I, as you can see, ran out of money, but we fixed that fast. So then I decided to do some parking space on the other side. So there's 3 parking spots on one side and 2 parking spots on the other side, which mean that you can't all have a car. So all of the tenants can't have a parking spot in this little area. They could park on the street if they wanted to. And since this is a building where it's only small apartments, maybe on the cheaper side, I didn't use that expensive appliances and so on. So it could be somewhere where you start off. So maybe your first place that you can afford to buy when you move out. So this is a place you could rent then. So maybe you don't have a car yet, you can't afford a car. So I think that 5 spaces is probably enough, and I don't think that they are assigned to any of the apartments. It's first one to grab one gets one, the other, if there's someone else coming there, they have to park on the streets. Like you see, there is a car parked on the street right there. So that's possible. So maybe the guests could park there as well if they are empty. And now we're just decorating. So I made a little place for all of the tenants to throw all their trash away, and I wanted it to be hidden away behind a fence so you couldn't see it. So that's what I did, and then I went back to the pool area to get some loungers in, and also some tables and chairs to sit at and wine and dine. And I was also thinking that you need a barbecue in a place like this, so you all could come together and have a nice little barbecue with the neighbors. So that's what I did. And then I remembered that the upstairs apartment didn't have anything on this side, and also the downstairs apartment is kind of lacking of things on the outside of the apartment. So I just put in some seating areas and some flowers downstairs, and also paint the stairs up because they needed to be green as well to match. So just a little bench over here and some flowers on the other side to sit and watch, and then some terrain paint in the back to make the whole thing look a little bit more like it's actually there and not just green. And of course we need some lights outside so you could be able to see if you come home late at night and it's dark, and also in the back of the building some lights when you're out barbecuing late at night with your neighbors. And we'd get together. There came some lights, and there also came some borders that you could put around things. So in the pool I make this border, and I also put in some decorations with some turtles swimming around. And that is the last thing that we do in this build. So I hope you enjoyed this build together with me, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Thanks for watching. Bye.